friend of the show, P. Diddy, turns out exonerated, only found guilty on 2 of the more measly charges, maybe a prostitution charge. I think maybe the Mann Act violation, moving people across state lines for the purposes of prostitution. Found innocent, or at least not guilty on all the hard charges.
The scary ones.
The scary ones that carry those long prison sentences. But they did leave him in custody until sentencing. I don't know when that happens. So after that was read out, after that he was going to be in the good, the crowd outside was squirting themselves with baby oil and dancing.
Who's
but
that
it wasn't as sexy as you guess.
It was not sexy. It was a fat dude. He was getting greasy.
But the 2 charges they did get him with have a max of 10 years. Now, we all know max of 10 years, people don't tend to serve that. But I do wonder if it's going to be a little bit like when OJ was convicted of kidnapping on some really flimsy, like, he blocked the door, right? They were making up for lost time on that kidnapping charge. We'll see if they throw the book at P. Diddy for what they did land.
They had OJ on tape, though. You know, they were taping that whole thing, and he was like, "Nobody's going nowhere. Sit down." And it's like, "Oh, that's when you did it right there. That was the kidnapping. That's when it occurred." So he was. They put him together. They set him up, as they say. I don't know what they're going to do to P. Diddy. It looks like he's going to get away. He'll have a bunch of civil shit afterwards. He's got like 50 civil accusers or something like that, or
maybe how
50.
wealthy he is.
Billionaire.
Yeah, he's real deal wealthy. Is Ciroc his thing, or is that Jay-Z?
Yeah.
I don't know how well
that.
I don't know how well that sells. But
I get those 2 mixed up. I'm not that's a corner of the African American community I'm not familiar with enough, I suppose.
Same.
Jay-Z and P. Diddy just sort of, they're both New York rappers, so it's like they kind of look, they're both very ugly.
Jay-Z's the one with 99 problems.
Dude, Jay-Z is like surprisingly ugly. You see that guy, and it's like he looks more and more like an elderly woman every year.
I forget who said it. It was a comedian, but they said Jay-Z has Beyonce, right?
Yes.
They're like, if Beyonce worked at McDonald's, she could still pull Jay-Z. But if Jay-Z wasn't a billionaire, he could have never pulled Beyonce. And I'm like, fair. You know what? I agree with that. I think that there's some truth there.
Totally true. A Beyonce at McDonald's, she's getting picked up. Someone's picking her up.
That's a good look. That's his best picture.
Nah, he seems to be having so much fun. I don't want to be mean to him.
When he's not at an event, when he's like at an NBA game sitting there like profiled up, he looks rough. He looks a little homeless there. That's not I mean that hairstyle doesn't scream.
Now, Kyle, is that the kind of mustache you keep? Like, do you think he's like hoping and wishing that fills in? Because that's rough.
I don't think he's got enough to hang on.
Can you go back to that other picture? That guy is a tail end of the bell curve away from Hitler.
No, at least Hitler had had a nice thick middle mustache. At least say what you will about the guy. A lot of people have negative things to say, but
I haven't heard anything.
This is a rough stash. That might be the worst mustache I've ever seen in my entire life. That's awful. Look at it's like not incongruent sprigs of hair. Like it
looks like his first
uniform.
Mustache. It looks like a 14-year-old's first attempt, and his someone has to be like, hey, not yet. You're not there yet. Give it a couple more years.
Give it
another
year.
When like high-level hockey players can't grow a beard for shit.
Yeah.
They make a deep playoff run and it looks like they just started.
Yeah. It's like
now show me Beyonce.
Sidney Crosby always just has like a goatee set up with like a soul patch because that's all he can grow.
Who's this?
Crosby? Sidney Crosby. Yeah. He never has a good playoff beard. Yeah. Because he's like, I bet he's Kyle's age.
Now.
Or almost Kyle's age.
A young whippersnapper.
A young whippersnapper.
He joined the league really young. Like, was he 19?
He was 18, I think, 18? When they started playing him. But yeah, awesome career. Love Crosby. But that mustache is rough. All three of us have better mustaches than that, and none of us wear a mustache. I mean, I have a beard, but like, I wouldn't just wear a mustache because I'd look like a goofy idiot if I did that.
Does your beard have any gray hair?
It's like an occasional thing where it's not even really gray. It's just like almost a clear hair. Like it just looks because it doesn't look like it doesn't look like it's probably
the cancer causes that. I'm just making that.
Yeah, I don't mind. I won't mind when gray comes in my beard because I've already got a ton of gray on my sides, and that's fine. Like I knew that was coming. My dad's like been silver since mid 40s. Like he has hair like Woody's, but it's totally silver. And he's also 10 years old.
I have some gray on the sides. You can't see it with the head.
A little bit, not a ton. Yeah.
Some, but in the beard, I think it's predominantly gray at this point.
And it's a good look. And you're depriving yourself.
You should be.
Don't you let your wife.
I would look like the Liver King with a big gray beard suddenly.
Oh my God. No, you have a full rich beard and it has that distinguished gray. That's a good look. And you even have mostly gray in this area, which is better looking. Like you're spitting in God's face every day. Every day you don't grow out your sick ass beard.
You should do the Omni-Man beard. That's what you could do for Halloween. Even he's got like the front dyed black, but he leaves all like the button chops and the whole side white.
Kyle would be a beard boy if he wasn't, denying his mustache. He says that there's no hair in the middle. I can see hair on your upper lip right in the middle right now. I can see it.
No, it's just on the verge.
It's just on the verge.
my frenulum is hairless.
Yes. I
would hope supposed to be.
What about your perineum? Because mine is very hairy.
I like tricking people. Yeah, I like tricking people into thinking that the mixing up philtrum and frenulum. And like hoping that they carry that on into their lives.